What's up, cave dwellers? I'm Gabe Rosson, the Flash.
I'm Darren, the dude with the VR today. And don't forget, Drill Pull in the back hanging out with the rest of everybody.
I'm going to take this off because it's hot.
Actually, I can't see anything because this is not hooked up. The wires are in the back. We're in the machine today. We'll set this here because today's topic is...
Also, we don't know where Brandon is.
Oh, yeah. Brandon.
Please help find Brandon.
Brandon goes missing a lot. Maybe he's after the sandwiches.
Oh, he is. That's right.
Man, Brandon and his sandwiches. But what are we talking about today? Oh, wait. Before that...
We got a sponsor.
We have to thank our sponsor. It's RPGhiring.com. I want to thank them for everything they do.
We can't make this show possible without them.
Or you.
You wouldn't get cards.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about VR.
We are talking about VR. Since we thought this would be a really good episode to do, since Ready Player 2, actually, Ernest Cline is done with his novel. I believe he's done with it, but it comes out on November 24th this year for Ready Player 2. And those of you who don't know, that is the sequel novel to Ready Player 1, and they had a movie about it. I can't remember who directed it, but it is a fantastic, one of the best movies I've ever seen in my top 10 for sure.
It was amazing.
And if you've never seen it, you need to go watch it. Like as soon as you're done with this video, find a way to watch it. Watch it. And it is, if you know anything about pop culture, I don't even know what to say. Just it is so much. It's like every movie mashed together into one with VR.
There's over how many?
I don't know. I tried to count them one day and I lost count. It's just crazy. Yeah. I'm sure you could Google it. How many Easter eggs, because the whole movie is about VR, Easter eggs, and pop culture. And it's wild because the whole movie itself is an Easter egg. Whole book itself is an Easter egg. So check it out. And we are talking about VR today because the movie's coming out. Gabe loves VR. It's his favorite thing to do. He has played this headset here to death. We've had to...
jerry-rig.
We had to rig it up to fix it. I don't know how long it will last, but it's okay.
It's got another crack.
Oh, it broke again?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll get some more Velcro and duct tape. We believe that VR is the future of video gaming, and since we love video gaming, the both of us do, and this is the future of it, it's so immersive in the things that you can do with it already as it is, and even like this is one of the cheaper end ones, actually. It's got an introductory VR platform. And
the controllers are very nice.
They are, actually. For being an introductory one, these are some of the best controllers there are for just grip and everything.
I have had to pop them back together a few times.
I'm not saying they're not cheap. I'm just saying they have some of the better buttons and controls.
They feel.
I think one of the biggest things is the pad here, the touch pad that allows you to turn, whereas other ones, and the joystick, which...
None of the others have joysticks.
Yeah, they do that.
Joystick is very nice.
And what's the new one called? The Steam Index or the Valve Index?
Valve Index.
What you bought on Steam. The Valve Index is actually like the next grade up. It's like the next generation of virtual reality. Because
it has full finger tracking.
Yeah, so you can do like every finger, whereas this one is just these two or this one, so shoot your guns or whatever.
And that's how a lot of them are.
Yeah, that's how most of them are with the new Valve Index. You can do everything here.
Yeah.
But, since it's the future of gaming and all the new generations are coming out, we think that you can jump into something like this for fairly cheap now as it is. I don't know. It's just a couple $100 here.
Yeah.
But the Valve Index is quite steep. So Gabe is currently saving his money up to buy. He wants to do it on his own, so we're letting him. And until then, hopefully he doesn't break this one any more than he already has.
I really hope I don't.
It's pretty expensive right now, and a couple years from now it will be the cheap one.
Yeah,
and you'll be able to buy it just as cheap as we've got this one for you. And it's
with an entirely new generation coming out. Absolutely.
Yeah, every couple of years they'll come out with a new generation because I believe this is taking off and going faster than any other gaming technology there is besides like graphics cards and stuff, which you do have to have. And if you've seen Ready Player One, and I'm sure that I have not read the book, but I'm probably going to get the second book to read it.
Reading.
I'm not a big fan of it either, but I like the movie so much that I'm probably going to read the second book. But if you've seen the first movie, you know that they have omnidirectional treadmills to run on while they're playing.
And right now, I don't know if they've advanced to omnidirectional, but they did have an 8-directional is what it was.
No, it's omni.
Okay.
As far as I know, there is an omnidirectional. It's huge. It's like so big, it's like a boxing arena.
Mm-hmm.
Big. I mean, they strap you in this harness thing. And on the movie, it was just like this little pad, which is kind of cool. But the one they have currently right now is just huge. And they have VR, and that's what they use it for.
But the only issue with it is there is delay right now.
I'm sure, yeah.
There's quite a delay.
But you can always check that out. But, given 10, 15 years from now, and it'll be normal. If you've seen the movie, you can put it in the back of your van and drive around and play VR and be in the Oasis.
Yeah.
I totally see that coming to
be a thing.
Real life, and it would be cool. The bad thing is, this is the bad thing. I love gaming. He loves gaming, but I can't play VR. And you'll see, I actually made myself play it at some point here on this video. You'll see me playing. And I'm not terrible at it, but it makes me sick.
He likes it. It's fun.
It's fun. It just makes me
And whenever I bring it over, he'll sometimes play it.
But I'll play it, and as long as I'm playing, I'm okay. But as soon as I get out, my depth perception is completely gone, and I'm like,
it's motion sickness. No, it did crap like that to me at first, but if you play it enough, you just get used to it. You just get used to coming in and out the entire time.
I don't think you can get used to motion sickness.
Maybe not.
No,
maybe not for you, but my depth perception was gone.
I'm just saying, I took Dramamine. I've taken other medicine. I need the little boat thing they put behind your ear. I don't know, but afterwards, I get nauseous for the rest of the day. I mean, I was nauseous for 8 hours afterwards.
He has to play it at the afternoon.
Then go to bed.
Night.
Then go to bed.
Yeah, straight to bed.
Because this does not help me out.
So after dinner, pretty much.
And we're gonna have on this episode we're gonna do some. No, I wouldn't say quite a review, but if you've never watched VR, if you've never seen VR other than, just a little bit here and there, you're going to see how we play it. Because this is Gabe's Cave Plays VR. And we have a little bit of Brandon, even though he's not here today. And we have both of us playing, and Gabe obviously is a lot better than us because he plays it on the regular, daily,
every day.
And he has gotten quite good at it.
I plan on playing it after we're done here.
Quite good at it. And I don't know how he has, but he has. But...
Oh, I mean, every time I get a game, I play it for that month, 3 hours a day.
Okay. Well, I can't do that because I would be sick. Otherwise, I probably would be just as good. But I'm not terrible.
I play it. Well, okay, so sometimes I play it whenever I first wake up, and then whenever I go to bed, right before bed. Whenever nobody else. It's only when nobody else wants to actually play games.
He plays when none of his friends are on, so he can just play it by himself,
or whenever I'm bored or whatever they're playing.
And he just likes to slap zombies in the face.
It's great. Just.
You want to go ahead and we'll go ahead and jump into it and start some different stuff here. All right, this is Blade and Sorcery, I believe. Is it not?
Yes.
Okay, this is Blade and Sorcery here.
And their thing is it's a fantasy sword fighting.
Yeah, and you can do magic and all kinds of other stuff. And this is one of my favorite ones, and they have a lot of mods for this one too, and you can see there's this gravity well thing here. This newest
update is very buggy right now, so it's not working as well. A lot of people are going back to the last update.
Right. And my initial thought is you see this really cool gravity well thing, and what do you do with it? I mean, what do you do with it?
You can, whenever you hit somebody with it, they start floating. Everything in the thing starts floating except for you.
Right.
Which gives you freedom to throw them around.
Or do really cool stuff like
this.
Charge up. Well, you can hit them with a weapon, or you can do really cool stuff like charging up other weapons with it, and maybe you shall not pass.
Absolutely. You can charge up a staff, slam it on the ground, like maybe when they're on a bridge, like there.
I mean,
and
Gandalf. You literally was just Gandalf just then. I went over there the other day, and he was playing it, And my initial thought was, he goes, look, I can charge up weapons. And he's like, he takes this sword and he like hits this person with it and they go flying. And I'm like, no, Gabe, charge up a staff and slam it on the ground. And he's like, oh.
Well, I mean, I knew you could do it, but I was like, okay, so you want me to do this?
Yeah.
That was the first thing that they added in this update that everybody freaked out about.
Right, and there's not only was there gravity, there's fire.
There's
like
fire and lightning.
And so let's go to another game here. Let's check out, that was Blade and Sorcery. Let's check out Boneworks, which is what, it's like a
physics simulator.
It's like a physics simulator with guns and...
That's what their main thing was to simulate physics as perfectly as possible as they can for VR. So it and Half-Life Alyx has some of the best physics in any VR game right now.
Right, and this whole thing was kind of so Gabe could have something fun he could do on here as well, like a VR, because he just loves VR.
It's great.
And we're gonna let's start off with Brandon. And Brandon wasn't there long. He kind of just we told him what we were doing that day, and he's like, oh, I got to run by and try it out. So then he went MIA, and we have not seen him since. That was like 6 weeks ago. Maybe we should put out like a
flyers.
No, like an APB or something. I don't know. Is that the right terminology? I don't know.
know.
Anyway, this is Brandon here. I don't even know what you would consider this, but Brandon's figuring it out. He's playing.
Just kind of telling him what, like, pick your weapon and which difficulty.
We're showing Brandon kind of what to do, and you can see that's where the me not knowing how to operate my own computer with the Steam box there.
I didn't realize it would do that either. I thought it'd screen the game, because that's not part of the game.
So Brandon picks up a pistol
and forgot to load
and a cleaver and doesn't have it loaded.
He forgot to load the gun.
And this is just kind of showing you the difference of someone who plays this game every day versus someone who understands how to use the controllers versus someone who's never even played VR ever. So he's got to swing your arms like crazy. He was over here just doing this number, and you know, he got a couple kills against these weird zombie things.
He killed 2 people. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so when I was like, oh, Gabe, we should record an episode for VR and let's record some gameplay here. I, not knowing how to use the recording software like Chris does, I decided that I would try to do it on my own at my house because that's where my computer is. And as you can see, the mouse is on the screen. So that's not your mouse. That's not you. That was me. You know, like we don't record at all times when we play games, but there's so many times where you see something and it's like, man, I really should have done that. And this was the first one with me trying to figure it out. So, and I'd played this before. This is not my first time to play this game. It just, you know, I've played VR several times. It just always makes me sick. But, you know, getting back used to it again, I'm like, I don't know how to hold this thing. I do know the concept. I'm like, okay, so I know I've got to reload.
It's just weird how to get the reload. The reload is weird in this because it's like a lock-on.
Yeah, because like when you're playing, you have to like hold the button to hold the gun at the same time, and it's while going around while also having a thing strapped to your face while sweating to death. And
oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see on here. I don't know if this is the video clip or not, but you can see on here where like I dropped my gun several times. And I'm like right just then I was out of ammo and I was like, I don't know how to do this. And then Gabe proceeds to tell me that I don't have to
pull the slide.
Yeah, I don't have to like reach up there and pull the slide back to. I can just do the thumb thing.
It's just small things that actually help a lot.
And you can see like while the VR, you can see all this where how the technology is today versus how it is in say the movie, which is again it's a movie, it's not what it is. But you got to think they actually thought that through, and at some point or another. It has to be close to that because we're not far from it now. It's just a bit better technology. And it may be a little while before that happens.
I mean, we already have full body tracking.
Right. You know, it may be a little while before that happens, but you got to think at some point or another, this is going to be true.
Which, of course,
close to it.
Of course, full body tracking isn't cheap.
No.
Either.
Neither is an omnidirectional treadmill, but at some point or another, it will be.
I mean, you got to imagine, though, wearing a, like a plasticky leather suit. It has to be.
How they'd even do that.
Like a leather suit has to be hot.
I have no idea how they'd even do that, but I know that you know electric cars when they first came out, they were very expensive, very, very expensive. I mean, like a Chevy electric car was like $60,000 or $70,000 or something like that. And now they've gotten to a point where they are cheap. You know, they're cheaper. In a Tesla, you can get when the first Teslas came out, they were $100,000. And now you get a Tesla for $26,000 new or something like that. So I know at some point or another, omnidirectional treadmills or pads, I don't know what you call them.
They'll be able to make them smaller.
Tracking.
They start with it large and then they compact it down.
Yeah, and they'll be cheaper and cheaper. And you can kind of see here I'm figuring things out and the previous video is me literally just starting, and this video here is me actually like, you know, I mean it's just shortly after, but I'm getting to where I'm like, oh, I'm familiar with it. The moving and the turning. The turning was the biggest thing that got me.
Yeah.
I could not remember how to turn with a
stick
without wrapping myself up in, because they are still attached, unlike the movie, and at some point, maybe 15, 20 years from now, they won't be, but they...
a lot of them aren't. You can get
Can you get wireless? Yeah, I would think there'd be a big delay in that.
They actually have things now that you can mount it. They come with their own strap that goes underneath the headset, and you just have a box on top of your head. Mm-hmm. Plug these directly into the box. It's wireless. And you just plug the adapter into your computer, and it's wireless. So I could make this
HDMI,
wireless.
like the...
I could make mine wireless. It just cost a lot.
Ah, I see. You can see a little bit.
They were doing that when they came out with that a while ago.
Okay, all right, yeah. You can see, I mean, a little bit better here and there, and you know,
buying stuff.
I got to the point where I could actually buy stuff, and I figured out how to use guns, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to use these other guns, and you can see my movement is a lot better as a whole. So.
You got to use a combination of moving the sticks and just slightly turning your body.
And turning your body too, and I was not good at that. So you can see I've graduated from not knowing what I'm doing to actually, oh look, you know, I can hit things and I can play, and it got. But this is nothing.
This is a lot of fun.
I'm pretty sure Gabe is VR John Wick over here. You should see, and we'll show you in a minute.
You should see some other people.
Oh, he's bananas at it. He's gotten to a point now where he's just. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, the man is literally just over here playing and sweating to death. And
2 second for reload?
What? Yeah.
2 second reloads?
No, not even that. He's faster than that. This is goofy. But, let's see. I'm going to watch this whole video here. Let's see if this tells you anything. This is Gabe here. This is where we kind of started out at. Dude jumps, grabs his arm out of nowhere. Okay, Gabe.
Missed a bunch of shots.
All right, doesn't matter. Yeah, see? Okay, just showing off, aren't you? Just completely showing off.
You told me to play like I do at home.
That's not necessary. John Wick, what are you doing here?
Checking my mag ammo. See if I have enough.
Oh, and he got to a point. Yeah, he's got to a point now where he's like Wild West over here. He doesn't even aim.
There's a point where I don't actually bring the gun up. I literally sit with it on my hip.
I know, and you just threw the gun at the dude and hit him in the head to knock him down. Like,
yeah, just
totally pointless. And then throws it up and catches it. Yeah, just completely showing off over here. I mean, he doesn't. You'll see him running around like when you're on this, because this is not the best view.
This is like round
like this, because the VR, you know, has got two eye. It's got two.
You're looking through the left.
It's got two things here, and you're actually looking through the left lens, so you don't see it all. But whenever you're looking through the VR, I know he's running around like this, not even like. Not aiming the gun. He's like running around like this, just run up to people, just headshot, 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 headshot. And it's like, Gabe, you know, save some for the rest of us, buddy. Because at least I have to, like, I've got to aim, and he's just over here, big iron on his hip. I don't know what's going on.
You play it enough, you don't have to. You got to mix it up a bit, you know, kick it on your toes.
Oh, is this where you're slapping people?
Yes, this is where I'm just slapping. This was like near the end, and you're just like slap people. I'm like, all right, because I've done slap fights this before.
Goes a whole round against these like, I don't even know what they are, like electro zombies, just slapping them.
They're actually supposed to be corrupted. So you play as a character named Ford.
Okay.
And your name is Director Ford, and you're in this virtual city. And they exit the headset, the VR headset early, which these are VR headsets, but
yeah, you can see they're like
there's some without legs.
These are kind of cool because these are almost like a Ready Player One VR headset.
And
this is funny. Look. He just throws the guy and kills it. Yeah.
Oh, it's stuck to the wall. But no, it's called early exit headset forward, and what they do is they get corrupted for early exiting.
So like without beating the game, they take the headset off and they become like
or something like that. It's
zombie
weird.
things.
I don't know. The story's very weird, and I've got to go back and.
All right, so this is the one I titled. This one is. This is Gabe's John Wick moments here. So it's like, is Gabe John Wick? I don't know. You decide. You tell us whether you think Gabe's John Wick on the VR. I mean, I could barely even reload without getting killed, and he's over here just showing off. But that wasn't necessary. You could have just backed up and shot him, and you decided to melee the guy instead.
Melee him into the locker and then shoot him in the face.
You guys have no idea. Like, if you don't play VR...
You don't know how hard it is.
Oh, please.
Oh, it is hard when you
invest in
start.
a VR and play it and make yourself sick as well. Like
or, so there are comic shops that will have them.
I mean, I've never been into one, but...
So, they may not have Boneworks, but they have other games like Beat Saber and stuff. So you need to, if you get the chance...
Go to a comic shop, wear your mask, suffocate, sweat to death.
If you get the chance,
try
it.
Kill some headset VR zombie things.
It's an opportunity. Huh?
What did you call them?
Early exit forward?
Yeah, kill these guys.
Or the VR headsets.
No, the early exit things.
Okay.
So.
I mean, they're just zombies. I call them melon zombies sometimes because they like melons.
Melon zombies?
Melons. They can melon juice. Like barrels of melon juice. It's weird.
On this game?
Yes, in the campaign.
And they go towards it?
And they spray paint the entire walls and it just says melons. It's weird.
I have not played the campaign of this again. I get sick. I would love to if it was like not a VR game. But it just, I'm not entirely sure. And that's all with Boneworks, and then we're going to jump over to Half-Life Alyx here, and you can kind of see...
There's not much of it.
Yeah, there wasn't... He just was just playing like a modded game here, and you can kind of see some Half-Life Alyx. This game looks interesting to me. It's kind of weird, and lots of physics here, and I think this is like the best physics one out right now.
Yeah, it has its own kind of awkward physics.
But like you can see...
Boneworks is the most realistic, close to real life kind of physics.
Right, and we probably should have shown a little bit better with this one here, but the modded map you were playing, I was sick. At this point, I was making Gabe do everything on his own, and he was just kind of playing the game, because I was sick after playing Boneworks. But this game is kind of cool because in a game, it's rare to see this, but like even on this game, like when you pick up a bottle, it's like full of water, and you can like move your hand around and it sloshes around.
Oh yeah, no, that's new. Yeah, that wasn't in the game when it started.
Right. But it like sloshes around and...
Because I noticed that the other day.
All kinds of, you can pick up everything and you move your hands. Like it's like you are in the game. Or
I will say Half-Life Alyx, actually you can use sights. It's one of the ones that you can use sights.
Boneworks is a bit tough to do that. I'm sure that they'll update that eventually, but... While we're on Half-Life Alyx here, we didn't really talk about this, but there's, VR is not just for video gaming. It's not going to be just used for video gaming. It's going to be used for movies or interactive things.
Oh, I can already watch movies. I can play any game. You don't have to have a monitor anymore at all.
Really?
I can go into this and open the cinema area, and I can stream what should be on my monitor. And I have a massive TV screen.
So at some
I have a theater screen, and I'm in a theater by myself.
You can literally get a VR, and you don't even have to have a monitor anymore. You'll just have a PC, and you'll plug it into your PC, and you can get on your tread pad, your omnidirectional tread pad, and it'll probably be wireless at this point. And you literally will just have, you sit down, and you can sit in a theater next to your buddy who's also on VR, and you can totally just in the game. Which is kind of cool. I mean, on Ready Player One, they had gloves and everything. Yeah. And I'm surprised they don't have gloves now. I'm surprised they're not working on that.
They were actually working on a thing where it's like a skin kind of thing you put on your fingertips so that you can feel when you're pressing on something.
Yeah, that's part of that sensor thing. Yeah. But I'm surprised that like they don't have a glove now that when you do this, it does that in the game.
Get really hot. Hands would sweat worse than they do with controllers is the issue.
Well, when you buy one, make sure you have a really good fan and some really cold AC because it is hot.
You need to sit in a cold room.
Foam stuff is probably just nasty with Gabe's forehead sweat. But where I was going with this is...
You sweat worse than I did.
you can like watch movies, and you can do driving simulators, like racing simulators. Like with all the COVID stuff going on right now, there is like all the racing stuff, F1 and all that stuff has gone to simulation. So they're in these simulators with VR, racing against everybody that they'd be racing in real life, but they're having e-tournaments, gaming tournaments instead, just to keep the sport alive and to keep them at least somewhat going, because if you don't, that's something you got to practice with every day, and at least they're getting some kind of practice. And it's very funny watching them completely destroy their cars on a simulator because they don't know what they're doing.
Although it shouldn't be much different from an actual car.
You would be surprised. I have a simulator, and
well, if they're using VR.
Yeah, right. The VR, yeah, for sure.
With VR, it's not.
But you have driving games, and you have fighting games like Mortal Kombat. Eventually, will probably be VR as well, and fitness
or something like it.
There's a lot of fitness stuff that you use with even like the Wii was not quite VR, but at some point or another there'll be fitness VRs. You'd be riding a bike or something on your one of those stationary bikes called riding a bike with watching a movie or something, or shooting games or fishing games, or like anything that you do with your hands will eventually be.
Horror is insane,
and that's where I was going with this one, is horror, because Half-Life Alyx is kind of a horror style.
Well, it starts off just like your regular shooter game in VR, and then there's one area that you have to fight, or you don't fight. You have to walk around in like an abandoned vodka plant thing, vodka place, and you go in, and there's this guy named Jeff. He's a mutated.
My name is Jeff.
He's a mutated guy. He's a mutated guy, and his face is like split in half. Well, he has spores on him. So he just sits there and shoots out spores.
You have to talk to him?
No. He vomits. No, you can't fight him either. You have to hide.
Oh, okay.
He's immune. So you sit there and you literally have to put the controller up to your face and you cover your mouth. And when you're in there, you feel like
need a surgical face mask.
You can actually get there in the game.
Because I think that would help you against spores, aliens, and creepy crawly face huggers in a game.
That's also the point of the hard hat in the game.
Okay, all right.
So that there's barnacles on the ceiling that will grab your hard hat off your head.
Okay.
So the point of it is so that you don't alert anything. So you use vodka bottles, you throw them to alert him, to get him
go
away.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
But that's not just this game. I mean, I'm sure there's several games. I've seen videos of people like...
VR horror is very immersive.
And it's huge right now. I'm sure people... you get your headset on, you feel like you're actually in the game. You're not like...
You feel like you are the victim.
And it will get... at some point or another, it will get so big. It is like that. So, I think
horror will get massive.
I think that everything will. Racing, horror, just everything. Yeah. The least thing I think will probably be is fishing, but at some point or another, they'll have a fishing rod you can have in your hand too.
Wii comes back into action.
Yeah, it's like the
Wii fishing rod.
The stick thing with the PlayStation orb and a reel.
You have your controllers just attached inside a rubber thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, so that's all the video clips we have for you today, and hopefully you liked watching us play VR.
VR is the future.
Was it worth me getting completely sick for?
I think it was. You had fun.
I did, but then I didn't. It's a plus.
Was it worth it?
No, it was not. Not for me to get sick for 6 or 7 hours before I went to bed. It was fun.
That's why you need to play it at night.
Oh, jeez, I can just... Oh, God. Anyways.
You got to try the new game I got sometime.
Did you not buy that other one? Okay. Well, I think it is the time of the show where we get to give away stuff and you get to win it. Well, Gabe, I think we need to give away some cards this week and a random loot box to fourth place.
Tell me we can't keep them?
I would love to keep them, but we cannot do that.
Okay.
So who are we giving away this week? Or who are we giving away? Whose cards did we talk about last week that we're giving away right now?
Dan Walls.
Dan Walls.
Is it Walls or Walls?
Is it Wall or Walls?
Yeah.
It's Dan Walls.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I just thought about it, so.
His name is kind of cool if you think about it. So I'll tell you a little bit about Dan Walls. Dan Walls likes to graffiti on walls.
4 people.
Yeah, he is a graffiti artist from the UK, and he's never done art cards like this before, as far as we know. That's what he told us. Everything he does is big on, graffiti work was I guess rattle cans, but he likes to. That's what he does is is for his profession. And we have some really cool cards that we displayed last week on our spotlight, and we're going to go through them real quick. We have MODOK, and he's got a gem on his head. It's kind of neat here. We have Psylocke.
MODOK, Psylocke.
We have a Wolverine.
Incredible Hulk.
We have an Incredible Hulk. And these are all,
they're all blacklight.
Yeah, these are all blacklight, and 2 of them are blacklight and glow in the dark. And one of them is Slimer here. He actually glows in the dark.
It's our first glow in the dark.
These are our first blacklight and glow in the dark cards. We had to go find a blacklight.
Well, I mean, out of this set, it's the first one.
Yeah, we had to go get a blacklight to show it off, and I'm sure we can throw a little clip in here too. Scarecrow. We have Green Goblin. We have Rogue. What Gabe says is a funny black mask.
I mean, I only know the newer ones, not from Birds of Prey.
We have a Groot. We have a Nightcrawler. We have Dupe, which is the second glow-in-the-dark card. Those are really, really neat.
They charge and then...
What did you say this was? Jojo? Joe? I don't know. He's a rabbit, and I don't remember what he was off of. I think Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles Universe.
Okay.
I don't know what he is. Toxic Avenger.
Toxic Avenger and Beta Ray Bill.
That's pretty cool.
I think my favorite would probably be Beta Ray Bill, just because I've always thought he was cool. He's Stormbreaker was actually made for him, not Thor.
You looked that up way before the movie, though.
I've known that for a while now. Just because he was like the only other person that was one of the only other people that was granted use of Mjolnir and Stormbreaker by Odin himself. So that was Dan Walls, and you have to find us a winner. Because Brandon's not here to do it. Brandon's MIA. I just figured to use the Force or something, but that was good. I believe the winners are this person.
This one? Right here?
Right there. Okay. And then a third person right here.
Oh.
With their powers combined, they unite the Loot Box Cave Dweller, 4th place, dead last.
There.
Right here. Right here. Congratulations to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and dead last. We know you're last, but we still love you. It's okay.
Did great.
Yeah, you did good, kid. There's always next time.
Last week we had an error on the random.org, and we want to make it right. The dice rolled 15, and we only randomized 14 times. Thanks to Adrian APM. He is definitely a video guy, and he caught it for us, and we appreciate it very much, because we definitely don't want anybody thinking that we're cheating or anything. So anyway, what we've done to make it up, we have got all the artists out here that have been in the prior weeks, and what we're going to do is we're going to do another drawing with the same people that were in last week's drawing. Okay, what they're going to do is we put everybody who made a comment last week's drawing, except the number 1, the 1st place. We took her out, and what we're going to do is we're going to do another drawing, and we're going to give away the top 5 and another Cave Dweller loot box. So we're going to give away 6 winners. Top 5 will have choice of all the previous cards. All the artists are here, from Candace Daly to there's Dan Noakes, there's Tone Rodriguez, Rodney Roberts, Art Germ, the Scott Harold Arts. Here, I'm just going to look at some of the names to make sure I do right. Rodney Roberts. We have Wayne Tooley, Marlo, Agunas, Wayne Tooley. There we go. Gabe said that right. This is Ashley Harp. We have Scott Harold. I remember his. Make sure I'm right here. This is Fred Thomas. I think these are Fred Thomas, James Dixon. These are Richard Serrario. Anyway, we have all the artists here that we've already done in the previous past. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow the top 5 to win pick. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to pick as soon as possible. You have a week. First place has a week. Then we're going to go right down the line. I'm going to message number 2. Matter of fact, what I would do just because of this, we'll try to reach out and get in touch with the top 5, and then the Cave Dweller loot box, the top 5 places, and then dead last again. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to find us a winner. So the powers to be, whoever that is up there, can you please find us a winner? Congratulations to number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and Gabes Cave Dweller loot box. And now it's time for the artist spotlight.
And who is it, Gabe?
It is
Tim Shinn.
Yeah.
It is Tim Shinn. And
back around again.
Actually,
no, this is the first time.
Before we talk about that, Gabe, before we talk about Tim Shinn's cards, let's talk about last week's cards, which we just gave away. And from the future on, and we'll say this in every video, for those 3 and number 4 that won the cards in the loot box, make sure you email us. Make sure when you watch this, you send us an email, and I'll have our email right down here on the bottom. Make sure you send us an email that you've won, which card you wanted, to make sure that you can get it, because you got, if you're third place, you got first and second here. If you're second, you got first. You know what I mean? You've got a week. If you're first place, second place, you've got a week to decide which card you want and send us an email. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and let second or third go ahead and choose. And
you forfeit your prize.
After 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks, you forfeit
After the
prize.
week, you've got 2 weeks to get back with us. Otherwise, we gotta keep on rolling. So make sure that whenever you win, make sure that you send us an email with your mailing address and which one you want. If you're first place,
world don't stop.
So we can get these cards out and going and roll on through, so we're not backed up 8 weeks out and get them mixed up, because I'd hate to send somebody that really cool MODOK to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Or dupe, if you're into that. So make sure you get that done, and let's go to Tim Shinn's cards. And like I was saying, we've hit a point now. We have, I think, 1 or 2 artists maybe left from Series 1 that we have not got their cards back yet, and we are eagerly waiting. But until then, you guys have to still win cards, and we still have to make some videos. So we have restarted, and we are on Tim Shinn again, which I believe was one of the first ones we've done.
Mm-hmm. And it was the first one.
Was it the first one we did? And his are fantastic.
Love
and
them.
I don't remember what, right off the top of my head, it's been a little while since we know what was chosen out of Tim Shinn's the first time. But this is what we have left, and they are still really good. And you have...
The Creeper.
You have Ra's al Ghul. Get these straight on here. You have...
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. The Demon.
Yep.
Am I right there?
That is the Demon.
Okay. You have...
Booster Gold.
And Green Arrow. You have Blue Beetle. Don't say it. You've got Destro. I don't really know his name. What's his name? Destro. Both start with a D. It's the same thing. You're not going to convince me otherwise. And I don't know why you guys haven't chosen Destro yet, because I'm smooth just going to get a whole collection of G.I. Joe cards and put him in there if you guys.
You're just going to spray paint the head shiny.
He already shines. He's clearly chrome.
That's pretty green, but... Okay.
You're telling me his head is green? His head is chrome and the background's green. It's shining. It's a reflection. See? That's how good Tim Shinn is. He didn't even mean to do it, but he did it. He made the background green and his head, his chrome head, green reflection.
Okay. We'll just say you're right today, Darren.
Do you know what Destro looks like?
Yes.
He literally is wearing the same thing.
No.
Yes.
His isn't fully red. His suit's not fully red.
I mean, close enough. He's got the collar, the popped collar and all.
Okay.
I mean, he might as well wear shorts that are, 3 inches long and have a belt on and a tucked in shirt, the popped collar. Well, make sure you leave a comment telling us which one of these ones you want, and hopefully it's Destro so we can stop arguing over him. Tell us which one you want. Let us know what you like about the show. Let us know if you're going to get a VR, and if you do, maybe we'll play with you.
Or if you have it.
Or if you already have it, let us know.
I don't have any
Gabe needs some friends to play with.
Call me Gabe.
Gabe? Gabe needs some friends to play with. He really wants to play Pavlov, which is another game, but it's multiplayer, and he has no friends with VR. So if you have a VR and you play Pavlov, let Gabe know, and he'll play with you.
Maybe.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Because I'm trying to save money.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to save money to get that
Valve.
The Valve Index, right? Yeah. Well, maybe we can figure it out either way.
Maybe.
So hopefully you liked the VR episode, and hopefully...
we had a lot of fun.
We did have a lot of fun. I got sick. Hopefully it was worth me getting sick. And...
I had fun watching your clips, so it was worth it.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know which ones you want. And we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
This is Destro. And this is Dead Man. This is Destro. You tell me which one you think it is. I'm just saying. Look at this. Look at this. They look the same. No, there's no.
He wears black. He wears black with silver gauntlets. And the inside is a red puff.